Well, an injustice took place. I found myself in a situation where the principal was asking me to meet, and I felt very alone and scared. Was I in trouble? And there wasn't anyone who I could really reach out to ask questions and to get the support that I felt that I needed. And once I got through that situation, a friend who was familiar with the union, talked to me about the union and said, you could have called this person. And I realized then that I needed to be more involved. I needed to know who my go-to people were, and decided to take an active role. And my family had a history of unionism, and just I got into teaching and all the newness of it, and didn't even really focus on the fact that we had a union. Like, teachers have a union. We are part of the labor movement. But I didn't really see that at the time. Well, I thought that I had something to add. There wasn't anyone who I saw who looked like me. I was a Black woman. I came from a single parent family and, was raised by a strong, independent woman. And I just didn't see that voice, in any of the leadership positions in my union. And I thought, I think I have something to add to this conversation. So I decided to get involved. Well, I'm very lucky to belong to a union who believes in supporting members from designated groups. So our union puts money into that. They invest in individuals. And there was a course called Leaders for Tomorrow. And it was just for women of designated groups. And I registered for that. It was a full year, so there were like 3 release days throughout the year, and we were able to come together with other women from across the province and just learn about the union, the positions they offered. I realized that to be a leader, you could be more than a principal, for instance. And then also they just gave training, so you learn how to speak to many people, you learned how to speak in small groups, you learned how to write a resume, what sort of leadership qualities are needed, and gave you opportunity to kind of even self-explore. What am I interested in, and what is it about me that makes me unique, that I could bring, something to the table. So that was kind of the first step for me in seeing leadership opportunities, but also in training, right? As well as looking at other women, and not just racialized women, white women, just seeing what they offered, seeing how we were alike, how we were different, how they spoke, what sort of interests they have. And, they were my mentors, even if they didn't know it. I would, listen and just learn at their feet, so to speak. And, that just offered me opportunity to just continue to learn. So there was the tangible learning, actually participating in courses, but then also just the learning as you go, just through conversations that I would have. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but certainly there are barriers that I face as a woman, as a racialized woman, that happen. Sometimes it's very cognitive, and I know that something is happening that's wrong. Other times it's later on that you're thinking or retelling a story that you realize, there's just a question, right? Did this happen because I'm a woman? Did this happen because I'm a Black woman? But in my actual profession, it's more nuanced. It's not overt, and that's sometimes more dangerous, really, because it's not something that you can say, this happened and A, B, and C should have happened and everyone agrees. It's more nuanced in maybe a tone, in a pushback that you receive, that or a lack of acknowledgement that you receive at the table. Sometimes you make suggestions about things, and then later on someone else says the exact same thing and it's this great idea, so it's very nuanced in that way. Or someone forgets that you said it, right? And you don't want to be that person that seems like you want to get credit all the time, right? But at the same time, you do want that acknowledgement, and it's missing. Well, Well, in union work, there's a lot of tapping that takes place. And I definitely can say that I had that, right? I had many people who would say, you're really good at this or you're good at that. And have you taken this course? ETFO offers this training session, or there's this great workshop that I think would be great for you to just add, to your repertoire, give you some new skills. And that was just extremely helpful because, you're watching people who've gone before you and you're thinking, wow, like look at them, they're just so amazing, right? So when they take the time to actually come and speak with you or just give you a little advice, it goes a long way. I don't think that they even know how impactful their words have been to me. I always try and tell them though, especially at the level that I've arrived at. Like certainly you don't get there on your own, right? You always get there by the support of others, either those who are above you, but even those who are right beside you, side by side. So the membership, my colleagues, they have given me the best advice, I think, because they tell me what they need. And because they tell me what they need, I'm able to take that to the spaces that they're not able to get to. And that's where I get the support, right? Because I'm saying what they need and they're seeing themselves reflected in what I'm putting out. I would say do it, just do it. You can think that you don't have enough to offer. What's different about me? I'm not as smart as this person. I'm not as political as that person. But you're needed. If it's a desire that you have, then you should be doing it. You should always fulfill your dreams. So, my first year in that first leadership course, Leaders for Tomorrow, I remember hearing someone speak about a certain department, and I just thought, I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. And I'm not a staff person at ETFO, but certainly that is the work I do daily in my local now. And I wouldn't have known 10 years ago that I would be here doing this, right? But you need to just take those steps. You need to have confidence in yourself, believe in yourself. And they say you have to tell women 7 times that they can do something, and that's just sad. It's extremely sad, but I know it's true. Even for myself, and even now, sometimes I have that negative thought in my head, and that I can't do something. And I think, well, like, get lost, right? And I just need to listen to my heart, and my heart tells me where I need to go. So listen to your heart. And what's your heart saying? What's your heart saying that you desire to really do? And it should be for someone else. Like when we leave this world, we want to know that we've made it a better place. So what do you want to bring to make this a better place?